who is Sister Green? Who is Sister Green? Like, who is that woman? Whose man is this? Whose man? It's me. I'm Sister Green.
It's just a green, many gold rings. Let it liberate your mind and elevate your being. It's just a green with the many gold rings. Let her elevate your being.
Welcome, sunflowers. I'm really happy that you guys are tuning in for another video with Sister Green with the many gold rings. I'm really excited and I'm super happy that you decided to tune in again. This video is going to be a little different from the last. It's about who is Sister Green? How did you even get to the point of calling yourself Sister Green with the many gold rings? Where did that come from? Who told you to call you that? And why is your name so long? Who is saying that every time they get on the mic? Okay. Okay. I understand. Okay. Well, let me tell you the evolution of Sister Green. Okay. So there would be no Sister Green if there was no Michael. So who's Michael? Michael Janae White. She was born December the 17th, 1990. Sagittarius, Aquarius, rising, and my moon is in Aquarius. So you get this bundle of joy right here. So I do talk in third person. Please don't be alarmed. This is just how I talk. So all of my life, I've always wanted to be an actress. My whole entire life. I mean, from the womb to the tomb, I'm gonna say it like that. To the womb to the tomb, ha! I've always wanted to be an actress. Always. Ever since I could speak. Like, I was always considered dramatic. I consider it expressive. Because, you know, I feel better when I project how I feel in the way that I feel. I told my mom early on when I was like 5, I was like, hey, I want to be an actress. I want to make people smile. I want to make people laugh. I want to make people feel good. Like, that's what I want to do. And my mom always tells this story about us walking in the mall. And it was like acting scout in the mall, like in the early 90s, trying to like, you know, get kids to audition for like commercials. This man came up to her and was like, hey, I want your daughter to do this. And I was my mom's first child. My mom had me when she was like, I believe 22. So she was really protective. Like, no, I don't want to be the baby out there. So little did she know that her child would turn out to be what you're watching right now. So I got involved in theater at an early age. My whole family, we grew up in church. And so naturally, church is where I got my first start. You know, I had my first gig like early on. I was like, what, 5, 6, 7, something like that. I was the star. That was my role. I was the star. The North Star, you know. I was the North Star. Big role, because the lady who casted it, her name was Miss Penny Eldridge, and she was like, you're the star. You're the star. You are the star. You have to be the star. You have to be the star. And you know what I did? I be that star. I was the star. I stood there just like this. That's how I had to stand the whole time. I'm just little Michael, just happy and twinkling. And I remember I kept asking Miss Penny, I'm like, hey, don't I have to wear yellow? Because I have nothing yellow at all. And Miss Penny was like, no, you don't have to wear yellow. You are a star no matter what you have on. And I said, no, she didn't. And she told me that and couldn't nobody tell me nothing ever since. It was just so much life speaking into me about, you know, performing. So naturally, as I got older into elementary school, I did more theater. I was in about 6 plays early on, like, you know, from The Wizard of Oz, playing a munchkin, to like The Passion of Christ, just, you know, just little plays, like. And then from elementary school to middle school, then in middle school is really where I peaked, because I was in this play called Mulan Jr. It was Mulan, you know, the Disney story, but it was a junior version, and I played the matchmaker. Like, I'm gonna show y'all this next picture. I had to wear this confetti wig and this big moo-moo on stage because I was the matchmaker. Because I matched the couples. The high school comes and watches, you know, middle school performances, like, you know, giving us critiques and giving us feedback on, you know, things that we could do better, things that they like. Most of them are trying to recruit us to, like, you know, be in theater in high school. So I had, you know, a whole bunch of feedback. You know, I had all these people like, hey, you know, you should do this, you should be a part of this, but you need to be in speech and debate. Now, I had no idea what speech and debate was, and I ended up being a part of the speech and debate team. And I was in the category called drama interp, and that's when you know, take published work and you act it out real time. So, you know, from speech and debate and my love for acting grew even more, I ended up coming across the opportunity to audition for this talent showcase called The Arts. And at this talent showcase, it was also a competition. We ended up going down to Orlando, had the opportunity to audition in front of.
So what's been burning for over 130 years? Give up. Tabasco, the mother of hot sauces.
These people, I'm fresh out of high school and they're putting me in the adult category, was a big thing for me. Because I'm like, these people grown and they know what they're doing. And I don't know. So fast forward, at this competition, the judges are, you know, these talent agents. They're the people who are judging you, giving you feedback, and, you know, you have like the opportunity to talk one-on-one with them and, like, you know, get the opportunity to have them, like, you know, sign you on as, you know, their talent for them to represent you. And I ended up winning the overall, you know, competition in the adult category, which blew my whole family away because, what? I've been speaking this into existence my whole life that I wanted to be an actress, and now here I am, which led me to getting on with one of them, and I had the opportunity to move to New York City. Fast forward from all this timeline up to me being able to live the dream as an actress in New York City. I was going on auditions. I remember I had my first big audition for ABC, and I just couldn't believe it. I just walked in the building. I'm like, yo, like, this is one of my first auditions. Cause like the agency I was under, they wasn't under joke with. They was going all for the heavy hitters, like all the big bosses, like ABC, NBC. Like, I'm like, yo, like, I'm coming right out of the gate, and I mean, yeah, like, what? And you know, it blew me away at the opportunities. So greatness, like, I done made it. Like, my mama happy, the whole hood happy, my friends happy. Then life happened. I had some very unfortunate situations unfold with myself, and I ended up getting laced with K2, which is synthetic marijuana. It caused my brain to like whack out, you know. So I ended up getting really sick, and the doctor told me that if I would have waited 24 more hours, I would have been gone. I would have been deceased. That's what he kept telling my mother. Her blood count was like above normal, and like it was just like, you know, it was a real thing. I was in the hospital for like 3 months, and I was in the hospital in New York. My family's from Youngstown, and my mom is an entrepreneur as well. She has a catering business that she self-runs with my family, you know? So like, my mom making these trips every day, like switching turns with my grandfather and my grandmother to get to New York to come see me. And the doctors kept telling my mom she's not ever going to come back. She's too far. So I ended up having to move back to Youngstown, and I was on bed rest for like 5 to 7 months. I wasn't allowed to have a phone. I wasn't allowed to have internet access or anything. So I want to say that was some of the most darkest times that I've been in ever was those months and that year, 2 years. I was in a really super deep depression and looking at new deal, my life falling apart, you know, having like, you know, it just snatched right out of, you know, my hand. Yeah, like reading these self-help books and meditation books and writing how I feel, writing my dreams out and just, you know, getting my system clear. And I ended up, you know, finding myself, finding a new version of who I was. And these are the beginning stages of Sister Green. So I was just, you know, okay, now I have to do something with my time. I'm not allowed to work. So I ended up going on the internet, finally getting like the okay to go back on the internet, because like out of nowhere, like month 6 or something, I had just snapped back. I had just, you know, I don't know if it was from all the prayers that I was getting, all the good positive energy I was receiving, all of that, you know, caused me to get to where I am. You know, I wanted to find something to do. So I ended up like, you know, having one of these old Facebook pages that I had made in like 6th grade. And you know how back in the days when Facebook was on this where you used to like it. And if you liked it, it would be like, man, I hate when girls act dumb on purpose. That was a page I made, and it ended up organically growing to like 300,000 people. Just converting it into this page called Girls Who Work. And it was all about women. It's all about shedding light on, you know, women who work or entrepreneurs. And I'm like, man, I can't mix this with like music. I love music. Like I said, like music was a big part of my healing process. I was listening to a lot of Sid, a lot of Chance the Rapper, the internet, a lot of Sid, a lot of Matt, a lot of Steve Lacy, a lot of good healing energy. Like this is around 2016 too. So I ended up, you know, was like, man, I need something else. So that's when I came up with Flavva Media. You know, that was going to be the music page where I promoted like, you know, artists that I like really thought was dope. And I came up with like, you know, a spin-off brand from Flavva, which is Dope Artists Only, and that stands for Driven On Passion Every Day. And I wanted to like, you know, put my favorite artists and like local artists and like upcoming creatives, you know, under one platform. So like, you know, just show love to them. And that's from there, and I'm just like, you know, I'm doing all this stuff for all these other brands. I'm losing sight of, you know, my main thing that I've always wanted, which was to act. So I had to find a way of expression. So that's when, you know, I developed Sister Green. You know, Sister, because I'm very relatable and I'm very empathetic to, you know, people I come across, and you know, I'll relate to each other like a sister, brother, whatever you want to call it. And green, you know, green represents healing. And, you know, when I was in the hospital, I kept seeing like these green tiles on the ground. I'm like, maybe, you know, this resembles like, you know, healing. Maybe like when the people were creating the building, the person who was putting together the floor plan, they had that in their mind, like, yes, the sick people come to the hospital, let's put green down, you know, to represent healing in a way. You know, that's just what my idea, what I think, you know. But so Sister, relatable, green, healing, and the mini gold rings comes from, you know, the things that I've overcome over time. And for each thing that I've overcame, I rewarded myself with a mental ring. So it's like, you know, an encouragement to myself. Like every time I do something, my tail gains a ring. I got another ring, Man, I didn't think I was gonna make it out of that situation. I got another ring. So that's where Sister Green with the mini gold rings came from. So all that stuff led up to this person that you're looking at today. So once again, don't you ever forget that my name is Sister Green with mini gold rings. And you might not see my rings bling and gleam and all that shine, and you might not even see any Maybelline. But one thing, my legacy will always sing. And that is Sister Green with the mini gold. How my intro go? How my outro go? How my outro go? How I go? Sister Green with the mini gold ring. Let it elevate your mind. Okay. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Tell a friend. Tell a friend. Pass the sunflower along. Okay. Tell a friend. Come invite them to my channel. Invite them in, Sister Green. Give me feedback on the story of the evolution of Sister Green. I want to hear you guys. I want to talk. Let's talk. Follow me on IG. SISTHAGREEN, Sister Green. Follow me there. And don't forget to follow Flavva Media. Don't forget to check out It's Jay, which is my little brother's new YouTube channel, up and coming. So tell your brothers, tell your sister, tell all of boom to get on the channel. And yeah.
It's just the green, many gold rings. Let it liberate your mind and elevate your being. It's just the green with the many